My brother tried to use our family's inheritance to put our disabled sister in a state-run home, so I exposed the secret that proves he isn't our father's biological son. When our parents passed away, the grief was a suffocating fog. But for my older brother Mark, the fog cleared with terrifying speed. The inheritance was substantial, $500,000, enough to secure a future for me and, more importantly, for our younger sister, Lily. Lily has severe cerebral palsy. She's nonverbal and needs around-the-clock care. My parents' final wish was that we use the money to keep her at home, surrounded by love. It was a promise we both made at their bedside. A week after the funeral, Mark called a family meeting. He sat at the head of our dining room table, our aunts and uncles looking on, and laid out a series of glossy brochures on the polished wood. I've been looking into the most responsible way to manage Lily's future, he began, his voice oozing a corporate calm that made my skin crawl. The brochures were for state-run long-term care facilities, places that smelled of bleach and despair. The inheritance is a great start, he continued, but it's for our futures. It's not meant to be a permanent fund for Lily's expenses. This is the most logical path forward. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Logical? Mark, we promised them. We promised we would take care of her. He gave me a pitying look. I'm not abandoning her. I'm ensuring she has professional care while we build our own lives. It's what Mom and Dad would have wanted, for all of us to thrive. The room was silent. I could feel my family looking between us, caught in the crossfire. Over the next 2 weeks, it became a war. I argued. I pleaded. I showed him photos of us with Lily, trying to remind him of the brother he used to be. He was unmoved. He had spreadsheets and cost analyses. He called Lily a depreciating asset and an emotional liability. The final straw came when his lawyer sent me a formal notice. Mark was petitioning the court to become Lily's sole financial guardian, citing my emotional naivety as a risk to the estate. He was going to use our inheritance to legally strip me of my ability to protect our sister. I felt a cold dread wash over me. He was going to win. He was smarter, more ruthless, and he was using the system to do something monstrous. That night, I remembered my mother's last gift to me, a small, locked rosewood box she'd given me in her final days. I hope you never have to open this, she'd whispered, her hand trembling. But if Mark ever tries to hurt Lily, this is your last resort. Promise me you'll only use it to protect her. My hands shook as I unlocked the box. Inside was a letter and a sealed document. I read my mother's words and the world fell out from under me. It was a weapon I never wanted to have, a secret that could shatter everything. I tried one last time. I found Mark in our dad's old study, sorting through his things. Don't do this, Mark, I begged, my voice cracking. Don't do this to her. Don't do this to our family. He didn't even look up. The hearing is set for next month. It's already done. Fine, I said, my voice hardening. I'm calling a family meeting for tomorrow night. Everyone needs to be there. He smirked, assuming I was going to surrender. Good. It's time everyone saw reason. The next evening, the house was full. Mark stood before the family, confident and smug, ready to deliver his final verdict on his sister's life. When he was done, I stood up. I held the letter from the box. Mark is right about one thing, I said, my voice echoing in the silent room. The inheritance left by our father should go to his biological children. I saw a flicker of confusion in his eyes, which is why, I continued, my heart pounding, you are not entitled to a single cent of it. I began to read our mother's letter aloud. The story of a brief affair before she met our dad, the shock of her pregnancy, the shame and the fear, and the incredible love of the man, our father, who found out and chose to raise Mark as his own, loving him unconditionally, never telling a soul. Then, I held up the other document, a legal DNA test from when I was born, which our mother had done to confirm that I, unlike Mark, was our father's biological child. The air was sucked out of the room. Mark's face went from smug to confused to a ghastly, bloodless white. He looked at me, his eyes wide with a horror I had never seen before. His entire life, his identity, was a lie, and I had just detonated it in front of everyone he knew. Legally, he had no claim to our father's estate. He was disinherited in an instant. I saved my sister. She will never see the inside of one of those cold, sterile facilities. I kept my promise, but I destroyed my brother. I didn't just take his money. I took his past, his name, his very sense of self. Our family is shattered. Some of them look at me with respect, but others look at me like I'm a monster. Sometimes, late at night, I think they might be right.